And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. And this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather has been nice where you are, please let me know how the weather is where you are, and if you have been able to get out and fly your drones. How is it going on this wonderful Wednesday? The weather is not too bad outside. But
It's good. It's good, man. The sun is shining. Um, all of the delegates have went back to their countries. The streets are a little cleaner. I guess it's going all right.
is that what it is?
How are you? What's up?
I'm good. I mean, there was a major issue uptown this morning where,
Yes, I saw this morning at
yeah,
8 o'clock
supposedly it was a gas explosion where they were
next to an
working.
elevator shaft or something to that effect.
Well, no, it's not the elevator shaft. It was the shaftway for the boiler system, and the
Oh,
problem
wow.
and the problem
Okay.
with
That's
that
why you
is
blew
that
out the.
but the problem with that is that if you I don't know if you're familiar with Mitchell houses, but the boiler system for that built is in that building.
Yeah.
It controls a few of the buildings in that section.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
so that was something big that blew out.
So all of those people don't have hot
Yeah, they,
water.
they cut off power in that whole area. I mean, gas in that whole area,
Yeah, but
right?
all of those people are not going to have hot water because that boiler system is not just for
Mhm.
that building; it's for all of the buildings on that side.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, only in the Bronx. I know you heard about it, Eldon. We were just talking about the building. Hey, John, Flying Flynn, the building that
But
blew up.
but the best part
Part
about
of the
the whole
building.
thing is that no one was injured. Thank God.
Luckily,
No
so
one was,
far, they're still
yeah.
digging out. So far, they're still digging. There's a lot of bricks. Did you see
Well,
that
well,
pile?
no, they accounted for everybody in the building. They
Okay,
said,
cool. Good, good, good. Thank
yeah,
goodness.
who was
That's
not
a good
home and
thing.
who was home. Yeah, and the
And
Red
what's
Cross
up
is
with you?
on.
What's
Is
going on
on.
with you, though?
I'm good. I mean, listen, I'm having a little electrical issue here.
What
I don't
happened?
know what I don't know what it's caused by, but I'm gonna figure it out.
You don't have
I
enough
think I
power for
think
that warp core behind you. Need another dilithium crystal, Captain. That's what it is.
don't listen to him. Anyway,
Anyway, what's good?
yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, so I mean that was crazy what's going on out there, but yeah, the one of the things I always want to talk about is the meetups. But the Vegas drone meetup that's coming
Hmm.
up. It'll be here very soon. It'll be here before you know it. I'm still
Yes.
waiting to hear. I'm still waiting to hear from Tom on that.
Okay.
Yeah, unless he's
He
gotten
comes
back
in
to me.
later on. I'll remind him to contact you.
Unless unless he did, and I didn't check it, and I'm saying that I didn't, and he did, but I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually check now and see if he did.
Let me check out what's happening in the chat.
Let's see. Let me see. What did he say? Nope, he has not gotten back to me yet, but he is good with. He should be here next week. He should
Okay.
be. He should be here next week. I'm just saying he should be here next week. And the cat. See, this is kind of disappointing. we talk about these cameras and these drones and stuff like that, and we
Yeah.
can't just go into the DJI store or online store and just purchase these things like that anymore. But we gotta we can talk about it because we can probably get it on Rhea.
Well,
Because what I'm finding is that the Osmo, right, 360 is discounted on Amazon.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
what are
they
they
have.
rocking there, Lawrence? The standard combo?
This is the standard right here. The standard combo is $412. Regularly $549. This is a 25% off discount. Okay. And this is the one, of course, native 8K 360, 105 gigabyte built-in storage, 120 megapixel photos,
Hmm.
8K up to native 8K video. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Then you have this one here. The next one is the what is that combo called?
The adventure combo?
There it is, right there. Okay, yes, the adventure combo. This one has 128 gigabyte built-in storage, up to 100 minutes, and 4K 120. They both shoot high end, so don't even worry about it. It's just a matter of one of them having a larger internal hard drive, pretty much.
Mhm.
Oh, well, this one says three extreme batteries also. Let me go back to the other one and see if it says that. No. It says the other one comes with a standard battery. This adventure combo comes with three
So that's
extreme
a better
batteries,
deal, huh?
which give the same 100 minutes, but I'm guessing I don't know. I don't know what the difference
I
is,
would say
honestly.
that's the best. That's the best deal because you got more batteries.
Right. And it's 524. It's going to go back up to 700,
More
699.
more batteries is always better.
Yeah. Okay,
You know what I
John.
mean?
We appreciate you. He's on the
More batteries.
phone real
All
quick.
right.
That's a good deal though for 500 and change and extra batteries
What?
and a larger internal hard drive. Hey, Marcel, what's good?
And then what was it? The also out there was the Nano.
Yes.
The Nano had a firmware update. Hmm, that's funny. We
What
can't
happened?
we can't get that neither.
Something else we can't get? Well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say we can't get
Well, yeah.
because
Well.
I actually spoke to Audley in the
Hmm.
Manhattan DJI Manhattan Fifth Avenue store because Vance was thinking about getting a Mavic 5 Pro,
Hmm.
and I have to return my controller to be repaired. So we wanted
Hmm.
to make a day and go up there, and he told me to call a day before I go up there because stock changes, but they still have a few Mavic 5 Pros in stock, and it's due to change daily.
Watch what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
When I say we, meaning the entire country,
Yeah.
not just people who are.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
this is what a guy got mad at me about on another what do you call it? I think I was talking to someone online about something, and I said that how they have them at Micro Center all the time,
Right.
and the guy said not everybody has the privilege of living near Micro Center. I'm like, I'm
Yes, you
sorry,
do. You have the internet, though.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Right.
but it's
That's
not the
true.
same.
I know.
It's not
You're
the
right.
same.
You're
When
right.
you're trying to get
But you can
something,
walk in there.
it's not. No, it's not the same as you trying to get something that is new in the
Hmm.
computer world. It's not. It's
Hmm.
just. Not, it's not the same. You
It's
cannot
true.
get that online. Not you're not getting that from Microsoft. You got to be there.
Yeah, that is true. You and be there online too. because there are going to be other people there
because
trying to get.
in that world, if you're not there when it's first come out, then you're not going to get it until when it's saturated. Everybody's got it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Either that or you're an influencer and they give you one to review.
Well, I mean, they review them before.
Yeah,
before
before launch date.
Yeah, that's why you want to get it. No, but yeah, that firmware update, right? Yeah, so check out the firmware update. Well, that's what we were talking about, right? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get distracted from it, but Lawrence, we do have a couple of people here. Says we have 8 watching, 7. I don't know. Maybe it's 2. Who knows? But we do need to do roll call. I mean, because there's only 2 likes as far as I see. Maybe I need to.
Let me refresh because I only saw 1 like. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm refreshing now. It shows 5. So if there's 7 there, 5 people came in and said what's up.
Okay.
All right.
That's interesting because we do have.
It says 7 watching and 5. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, well, it's cool. So let's go. Let's get it because you got to do roll call once. You want to?
Yeah. It'll be short and sweet.
You only got 5 people.
Hey, look, if you haven't typed in the time that it took you, well, that's what it is. Shout out real quick to,
Hold on a second. I'm only looking at like 3 people in the chat.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Page unresponsive.
What happened?
It just said my Windows, my YouTube window was unresponsive, and I made sure that other source is off. Okay, that was freakish, but all right, we can go.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Quick shout.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Hold on a second because it's doing it again. It's saying it again. Wait for page.
Is it?
Yeah, my page. The page is frozen. Oh, there it is. It's just the video that's frozen. Let me refresh because that'll probably mean the chat was frozen too. Yeah.
So what is it happening that's on the screen when you
the video
when you type in the chat? What is it doing?
It's not doing anything when I type in the chat. In fact, I could show you quicker than I can entire screen. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Allow audio, I guess. Yeah. Share. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. I can't do nothing. You see the screen, right? I'm trying to get out of this. All right, it let me out of there. And it's still refreshing in the chat. In YouTube, I just stopped it. How about I just shut down that window and open up another window?
Wow.
It's always something, bro. Always freaking something.
That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row, yeah. And this time, not with that extra source.
You sure?
Well, I'm going to check the network now. Okay, because see, RJ typed some. Okay. All right, I can see the chat. Everything's moving. Let's go.
Okay.
Before it fucks up again. All right, real quick shout out to Ron, RJ Ariels. Good morning. Shout out, come on, man. Where's the explosion? Shout out to Ariels. How are you, Ron? Hope all is well. Shout out to John Olson, Long Island, Strong Island, representing from here in New York. Cool Cat, thank you for coming back and showing us support. We appreciate you, Cool Cat. Shout out to you, dude. Flying Flynn Media. John, how are you, John? Hope all is well.
John,
Thank you for continuing to come back and visit us. Off Access from Canada. Marcel,
access.
hope all is well with you, sir. We appreciate you. Takeoff, Lift and Land, Bronx, New York, representing Bronx. That's where that
What's up?
building
What's
blew up
up?
there, man. The part of that building. Hope all is well with you up there. Ray of Sunshine, we see you. You were here earlier. Shout out to Ray of
All right, all
Sunshine
right.
and Drone Shots. Jody was
Good.
one of the first to type in the chat. And I think it can go any higher. No. And Warren Akarasho said he can't stay for tonight's chat. He will catch the rerun. That's about it.
Okay.
Well,
Boom.
that's about it. Short and sweet. There we go. 10 likes. Sorry. Oh yeah, there's 10 now. There's 12 here watching and 10 likes. We appreciate it. As long as you guys keep typing in the chat, that's what the algorithm likes. It likes to see you guys communicating and saying, "Hey, what's up?" to each other and supporting each other and cool stuff like that.
Does it really?
Yeah, yeah, I found out that is the trick. That is the
That's
trick.
the,
You
that's the
keep the
twit.
chat moving and your numbers go up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's been like that for a while.
All right, I hear you, bro.
But let's see. No one got a chance to get out and fly this week?
No, nobody said that they was out today either.
Yeah, I
No
noticed.
one,
I
no one
noticed,
got out
man.
and flight
Everybody's
today.
busy working, grinding, or something. And I refuse to believe the weather's bad down south because it's
It could
warm
be.
air down there. We're experiencing a cold dip from Canada, a cold front from Canada.
It
But
ain't
by
that
next
bad.
week, it's supposed to be back in the mid 70s, mid to high
It's
70s.
not that bad.
It's not because the wind right now, I think, is blowing about 15, 20 miles per hour. And it was
That's bad.
nice today. It was nice out today.
That's bad.
What? Yeah, it's
But
11.4 gusting to 13.9.
at what
And I,
altitude?
at what altitude? I'll tell you right here. Nope, that's the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's the map. At what altitude? Okay, at 262 feet. That's what it's
Well, that's
doing.
not.
At 66 feet, it's lower than that.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, yeah. It's still
It's
nice
windy.
enough to do a. It's still nice enough to do a hyperlapse. Hey, Philip, how are you?
Mr. Kochat. A Kochat. Mr. Kochat. What's going on?
Did I see him recently, or on Ken Heron or some or video?
No,
I,
you probably saw him on the stream
okay,
recently.
okay.
Recently.
I remember seeing him on. It's just in between going
Mm.
to work or coming from work or going to do something or coming from doing something is the only time I get to look at YouTube anymore. I
So
don't even go to my own page.
you're always doing something. Is
That's
that what
good.
you're
That's a good thing. Life is good. I'm not going to
saying?
complain that you can rest when you're dead. There was a time, there was a time, bro, I was praying for work at one time. Now I'm complaining my body's sore
he
from doing
said,
things.
I thought he was about to say at one point I was complaining. I was for rest.
No, man, no. Hey, Bob, how are you?
No,
Old
but
farts with drones.
hey, what's going on there, Bob? But you know what, Lawrence? Last week when we were here, right here
Hmm.
on this live stream, right? What was I talking to you about? I had mentioned to you about what we were talking about. the Mini 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we
Everyone was
talked about
talking about
this.
the Mini 5. They
Yeah,
still are.
yeah, yeah, I know. Last week we talked about the Mini 5 Pro, and we talked about the features and stuff like that because the drone had release. Um, and I've seen a few of the videos from some people out there, and like I said, you know, the things that stand out with this thing is, you know, one of the things for me is that whole gimbal
Hmm.
rotation,
Hmm.
whole of the gimbal,
Yeah.
just like that. You know,
That's that Hollywood style spin. Yeah.
yeah. So that whole thing with the gimbal spinning was at 225 degrees. Nice feature. I guess it got it from the big one. That's a big drone though. The Mavic 4 Pro. It's a big
Yeah.
drone. Yeah, it's a good sized drone.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
it's a hefty boy. So yeah, when you look at that feature, plus like I spoke about this drone extensively. We talked before, and I said to you, if not for the 1 inch sensor, if
Right.
not for the enhanced image quality, if not for if not for the extended flight time, if not for,
There's the
why
spin.
would you why would you not, you know what I'm saying, why would you not buy that this drone? And I said this
True.
is probably the most powerful mini drone that they've ever produced, or
It
anyone's
is.
ever produced.
It is.
you know Honestly, right now, with the way it is, if you had this mini, right, and you had the, say, the Mavic 4 Pro, you don't need any more drones.
True.
I
True.
mean, this eliminates the S series.
It does. And with the LiDAR, forward facing LiDAR, great for flying indoors and doing one shots now.
Hmm.
I mean, with prop guards, of course. Of course, with prop guards. You don't
Right.
want to do fly indoors without prop guards. A lot of
No,
bad things happen.
why not?
I mean,
We
I've seen people
we
do it,
can't.
Herman. I've seen
Hmm.
people do it, and
Hmm.
I cringe every time they go near a person.
Yeah.
It can get ugly. You see those bloopers. The kid flying a tiny whoop in the house, caught in the hair. Flying it in the house, what happened? Dog bites it out of the air. Dog plays Godzilla. You know.
Uh-huh. There was Drone XL had the a whole article and everything about the Mini 5.
Okay.
And they had also mentioned about that. That's where that photo had come from Drone XL. There was another photo and they had a night picture from this guy. What was it? His last name is hard with me, but his first name is Raphael.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess they credit the picture to him if you look at the article in Drone XL. But he had a picture of the it's what the showing the feature of the spin of the and the camera and the night shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally restarting the live stream page. Yeah, that night shot was pretty good though.
Yeah.
That's a and he gave pointers on how to use that camera and the camera
Yeah.
and the mini drone the drone itself a
Hmm.
lot better, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He gave
It was,
some tips, and I
it was
thought
a
that
nice
was pretty
article.
hot.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. I like this drone.
Well,
Like
if
this
you
show.
want,
It
I'll
looks like
read some of the tips. If you
I.
guys haven't have the Mini 5 and haven't thought about these, you might
Oh,
want
you
to
want to
take a
get on the
pen.
tips on this one?
Yeah. But might
Okay.
as well take a pen and write these down. There's five of them. Okay. I'll be nice and start at the top and work my way through real slow. But if you
Okay.
haven't tried this with your Mini 5, you should. The first one is mix it with older gimbal moves. The obvious gimbal combo is to mix the gimbal roll with the standard up and down tilt, resulting in a spiral motion doing that. That's the effect you would get is like a spiral motion, a spinning motion. Another one is combine the drone movement. Don't just stand still. Try a slow circling orbit, monumenting a building, a subject, something like that, or pull up to it slow, or push in to pull away from it and use spins on that particular subject. Another one is the third one is to use cruise control. This and they say this is a pro level tip because if you don't know what you're doing
I
and
was interested in that.
obstacle avoidance doesn't work,
Hmm.
cruise control may crash. You may hit something. But they say use cruise control. Set your drone in a straight path using cruise control. This frees up your mind and fingers to focus on the subject that you're focusing on. But you still got to pay attention to your environment. Then they're saying adjust the speed of the controller setting of the gimbal spin.
Hmm.
Out of the box it comes standard, at one speed. Try adjusting that speed by slowing it down, and and
Yeah.
and and that will add to effect too and make it look a lot more cinematic. And then the last one is always shoot in high frame rates, 60
Hmm.
frames per second or even 120. This way, if you have to crop or do any post production, you have a lot more data to work with.
I've always said that.
Yep. Yep. You all the time. Yep. You shoot in a higher frame rate. Well, I do that anyway. I
And break
often
it,
shoot in
break,
5 or
break it
6K.
down.
I shoot in 5 or 6K and then break it down to 4K 60 or 4K, whatever options I have.
Make it nice and crispy.
Yep. Yes, definitely it does.
Makes it nice and crispy.
But anyway,
But no, the
I can't see
return.
the chat.
Why? What happened?
I'm telling you, YouTube keeps shutting down.
I don't know.
I
You
don't know what
signed?
that's
Are you
about.
signed in to YouTube?
Yeah, I would have to be.
You
Yeah,
sure?
my picture's in the upper corner.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. I'm signed in on Chrome too. So that takes me straight into YouTube. But for
And
those of you who don't know, my operating system, the drive, my M.2 that I had in here, freaking shit the bed 2 days ago. So other than I could have done this two ways, and the least expensive way would have been to order another M.2 from Amazon, which I could not get in 1 day's time. I would have got it today, no telling what time today. And then the second option would have been to install Windows 11, right, Herman?
mhm.
The third option was to go to Micro Center and have them throw in an M.2 brand new with a 5-year warranty and install the operating system, which gave me less things and meant less time to mess around so I can come back and be ready for the live stream. So I
See,
took the latter.
let them fix the flat tire and fix it while you do, do what you got to do.
Hmm.
See, it makes it
Yeah,
so much.
man. Yeah, that usually works. Now, see,
Angie,
hey, Angie,
how's it going?
the chat. Oh, okay, the chat just is working now.
I
So
don't
let's see.
understand that because that what the problem that sounds like they're having sounds like something is either we're using the 5G, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Either you're not.
And I'm plugged in hardwire.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It sounds like something is drawing on it, like something else is being used on it,
Hmm.
and that's what
In
it
fact, you know what? I never went to go look at the network and see what was on it. because I know the TV that I'm on uses, but that's very, very minute. Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Biometrics to sign in to T-Mobile.
What happened?
They request that you use. Hey, little shark, Bo Shark. They
What's going
request
on,
that
man?
you use biometric, either your face or your thumb. And I'm like, I'm
Really?
not using my face because you could be asleep and someone can open your shit.
Yeah, your thumb too.
Well, yeah, but more likely you'd get punched too.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay, there's an Android device on
Um,
wireless, and
I'm taking it all with me. So
the TV is connected, the PC is connected hardwired, the TV is Wi-Fi, and there's an Android device that's Wi-Fi in the other end of the house.
I don't know about you, man. I don't do that stuff on my phone. No eye, no facial recognition. I put a code in.
I hear you. I have that for my phone.
You know
Welcome,
why?
Jordy.
You know why?
Why?
Because just like what you said,
Oh, while you sleep is
they,
some stupid shit, right?
yeah, and your finger too.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyeball, whatever they want to use, all of that
Yeah,
could
I
be done.
know. I know.
All of that could be done while you
Pretty,
sleep.
pretty
But you,
soon you
but
walk up to the door. Pretty
you know,
soon you, huh?
you know what goes with you?
What?
The code.
The DNA.
The
Yeah,
code
yeah,
goes
your
with you.
DNA. I know.
No, no,
The
no.
DNA that makes
The
you.
no, the code, the number or the
Oh
name
yeah,
that you use to open it goes with you.
right. That's true.
They can't get it. So if you sleep, they can't get it. But anyway, drones.
Yes.
Drones. Yeah. So those features, right? Or those I guess shooting techniques, you know, it's funny you mentioned that and talking about combining things like that. And you know, it's one of the things I've always used.
You've done that with the Phantom spirals going in orbit, going
Well,
up
yeah,
around the tower.
but I'm saying moving and trying to tip the camera down and stuff like that. Or yeah, there's a lot of different moves and stuff you can do with drones and
Yeah.
it really
And
looks
now, and also the transition now on the Mini 5 from horizontal to vertical is
mhm.
seamless. It on the Mavic 4, it used to snapshot, which was really a transition. The picture stays the same, and only the shape of the
Which is
screen changes seamlessly without any blanks in between.
so so that's something you believe could be cleared on the other drone with a firmware.
On the Mavic 4, it's an actual transition in software
Uh,
that transitions you from horizontal straight to vertical. There's no in between. That's in the software, but in the Mini 5, from what I understand, it's full transition.
they
Even as you
corrected it in
turn,
the
no
software.
matter what speed, you see frame out. It,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is it something that can be corrected in firmware?
oh yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Definitely,
Mm.
definitely. Because don't we have something saying how they made
Yeah.
the Mavic smarter later on?
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely through software.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
With the Osmo Mini, that new Osmo Nano that came out, the software made it so that it doesn't get as high. That was something that was in the up
that was a
in the
that was a
firmware.
that was a small camera issue with DJI from
Hmm.
day one. When
It was
they
pushing a
started
lot of
getting
heat.
smaller and smaller, yep, they were
Yeah,
getting hotter and hotter.
yeah. So now through software, they've enabled it to run longer and not get as high.
Hmm. Well, you know what, Lawrence? I don't mean to change the subject.
Hey, Tex. Huh?
Do we have a Did we have a sponsor or anything? I mean,
Wow, wow, wow. I just can't, man. Yes, we did 5 minutes ago.
oh wow. Hold on a second, because Skydio's back in the news, and I want to talk to you about it when I mean, I'll be back.
When we come back.
For a live stream that talks about everything in the drone world. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with those guys.
It's a nice dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Thank you very much.
No, I'm talking about the guy that was talking. The guy,
Oh,
he's a nice guy.
yeah, the guy talking at the end. I'm just saying.
Yeah, him too. But yeah, Skydio. Yeah, they announced 2 new drones, Lawrence. At
Really?
the They have this at the Skydio Ascend 2025 conference in California. They announced they were expanding with the 2 new drones, the R10 and the F10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're built for first responders, from what I'm understanding. Right? They're
Mm-hmm.
first responders in mind for these drones. There's not much out there on them, but this is really a major expansion for Skydio in their autonomous aerial platform.
So what you're saying is really quick, they are jumping into the American market where there is a demand for search and rescue and public service drones, and they're offering their first 2 drones.
Right. Well, not the first 2, but these are
No,
their
in that field.
in that field. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this is it's a big deal for Skydio, because Skydio is now doing a lot of things. As not only in like the mainly in construction, or in what's that, in inspections and stuff like that, but now here we are with them for stuff for first responders, and the Skydio the R10.
Mm-hmm.
This brings a little small indoor drone, right? Um, this is, as funny as it may seem, this drone only weighs about 1.7 pounds. They
And
say.
I have a problem with that.
Hold on a second, but they
Yeah.
say it's 10. It's 10 inches square.
I have a
So,
picture of it.
I have pictures of it too.
Oh, okay.
I have
Okay.
pictures of it too.
And
Yeah,
I like the shape of it. It looks similar to Brink's drone. Yes.
I have pictures of it
It
too.
looks similar to a Brinks drone. Yes, it does have spotlights. It does have a ribbed cage. Yeah. That photo right there is the one I like because it shows more detail and it does show a profile.
hmm
Um, you have your FPV camera, 2 sensors, and 2 lights in
Now,
front.
what I say about this, they say that it's small in stature, but it's rugged enough to do the job.
Hmm.
And you know, from what I'm looking at, they're saying that this is, from what I'm understanding, it's supposed to come in around 6,000 for this this drone.
See, and that's where I have a problem because they say it weighs in at 1.7 pounds.
Uh
So
huh.
you mean to tell me I'm going to pay $6,000 for a drone that weighs 1.7 pounds?
hmm
It don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And
I
I'll
don't
tell you
understand.
why. Because when I first found out that Parrot made drones were made out of styrofoam, I had a problem with that. And that's what this drone is made out of, styrofoam with plastic shielding around it. Just me personally. I'm sorry for the rant.
Anyway, the drone is supposedly got to meet certain standards to be able to do certain things, and if it can't, it just won't. You
True,
understand what I'm saying to you?
true,
It'll
true.
just be another useless thing on the shelf. And I don't think that that's a direction that Skydio is looking to go with something like this, you know. But like I said, it from what I'm that's what I'm hearing about it. But the F10, right? That's a long range fixed wing drone. Now it's still under development,
Yeah.
so that they say has plans for more than 90 minutes flight time and speeds of over 80 miles per hour. Now, that's interesting
Well, we have that
because
video of it launching from a mechanical arm.
because what I wanted to ask you was what you thought about that video with this thing being launched
This
from
this video
the
right here.
yeah
Well, I
that
had saw the original video of it launching from the back of a pickup truck, and they compressed it down to
was
this
the pick 'em
short
up
video
truck.
here. Yes, they on the day of launch and
Mhm.
and test flights, they were
Yeah,
showing
we
it
all saw
launching
that.
from the stage. It was an actual show. That same video.
We saw that. We all saw
But
that.
everyone was saying that's kind of corny, been there, done that. But they weren't trying to show that you can launch it from the back of a truck in the arm. They were trying to show how it can launch from the side of a building vertically. It can
Right.
launch from something, a pole or a
Anywhere.
box that could have four or one on each side. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And they can launch and charge there if
Yes, yes, yes.
necessary.
That
Yes.
was just the landing and takeoff platform they wanted you to see for the F-10. Also, this is a big fixed wing. It has a 30-inch wingspan.
Well, Skydio, like I said before, I mean, everybody, and myself included, we all dumped on Skydio, but Skydio is doing some real big things,
Well, you know what? I went and
you know,
I admit I've been to their
because
sites. I've clicked like
I want
on their stuff.
wanted to tell you though, but this here, seriously, is designed to both of them actually are designed to be able to fly autonomously. And
Yeah.
and this is what this is, and the reason why I brought that up is because that seems to be the future of the drone industry or
Mm-hmm.
autonomous flight,
Yep.
where you just want to focus on what the drone is actually doing and not have to focus on doing what the drone is doing. Damn, this
A
volcano again.
text art guy says, Lawrence, I agree with you about the price, but soon there'll soon be no other options for us in the United States. And right right now,
Hmm.
I agree with that statement. But more and more companies are being developed. There is a budget. We mentioned on the live stream last week or the week before, the government is putting a budget aside to help companies that are building flight stacks and FPV parts and stuff. So let's hope it trickles down. I don't know when, but let's hope it trickles down
Well,
to
you gotta
more
have somebody that
options.
takes that initiative to do it.
Right now, really quick, I don't want to diverse from the subject, but isn't Skydio doing what DJI did? DJI created a market for drones,
Hmm.
and they took over the drone world and community because they started the market and they've stayed relevant in the market. Now Skydio is kind of doing the same thing here in the United States. They're one of very few people who knows how to build and build drones, and they've had contracts, and now they're the big dog on top here in the United States. And
No, that's not the same. Not the same.
no,
No.
okay, and but you see where I'm going with this, though.
I kind of see what you're doing, what you mean, but it's not the same. And I tell you why it's not the same. Because DJI thought about the people.
True,
Skydio is
very,
thinking
very
about
true.
themselves and their business clients, and that's it.
Hmm. And that does make the difference.
And that's it. The
That
enterprise.
does make the difference. You're right about that. You're right.
Anybody could have got themselves a DJI drone. And until and this is going and everybody will say this until they can get or somebody can manufacture enough drones to bring the cost down so that you can buy a drone at the price of
Right. So the same 1.7 pound, 6 ounce, 1.7 pound drone can go from $6,000 down to about 3,000 or 2,500.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
And that would never happen for one reason and one reason alone.
And that is,
They're made by Americans, right?
yeah,
Well, the American people they gotta be able to eat. They gotta be able to live somewhere. So you gotta pay them a salary so they can pay this high ass rent or cost of living here in America.
well, see, like you mentioned something earlier about the drone community and how each story we do leads towards these companies being autonomous, including Skydio planning on being autonomous to help with search and rescue, like drone in a box. Same thing DJI does, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're headed where we want to go. It's just a matter of how fast we're going to get there.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. We're there. I mean, we're there. We're just. I just find that we're just not all there together.
No, we're not. We're not. We're not.
You know.
And often where greed kicks in,
Mm-hmm.
this autonomy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, DJI had robots building their drones,
Mm-hmm.
but someone lied and said they had little poor kids in shacks. What do you know?
No, they did not.
That's what they tried to make it sound like.
No, I don't. I'm not co-signing on that one. But no,
Right.
but
All right.
I'm just saying to you that there was a lot of funky stuff going on there. It's not the same. And the reason why it's not the same is because nobody is stepping up to do that, to make drones for the consumer. We talked about that drone last week, right? What was that? Ooh. I don't remember the name of it, but we talked about the drone last week, right? That drone we had here, we featured last week. Orange, you remember the name of it?
The Mini.
You're funny. You're funny. No, not the Mini Genius.
Oh, that new company, Drew
It's not
something Air.
new. They were here. They've been around
Oh,
for a minute, but
yeah, something Air, yeah.
yeah,
Drone Air, some new Air.
yeah,
I
something
don't
like that.
remember the exact name, but I do remember that new drone company.
Yeah, they was
Yes.
yeah. But anyhow,
An American company as well.
right. They make a consumer drone,
Yeah, I know. I know.
but it's at
So it's Procentic.
but that's not an American company.
True.
Those are under all. Those are all under like Chinese brands or Korean brands, and a lot of these other ones are even uh, licensing, license deals through DJI.
Yeah, this is true.
Running on DJI software.
Hey, Draymond. Draymond, hold on. TechArc Andre has something to say. The TechArc says if the U.S. government is concerned about supporting U.S. manufacturers, why isn't the government banning all drone manufactured outside of the United States and not just China? And then Draymond goes, the issue is that the U.S. markup on the arm, in the arm, is simple fact that U.S. drone manufacturers are not concerned about the hobbyist community.
Right.
True, and true. Now, as far as how come they're not picking all companies, because all companies were not a threat. DJI was.
Well, it's funny.
Ortel was actually using the similar technology, transmission technology as DJI.
Well, it's funny you say that because now Autel is, what is it? What's those people that Skydio is too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but what I wanted to say to you, and I've been saying it for a minute now, when it comes down to this, because every time you listen to the complaints,
Mm-hmm.
the complaints are about these drones, these drones, these drones, these drones, and listen, if you get rid of DJI, you stop them from bringing drones into the country. You
Mm-hmm.
stop them from operating here in the United States. You eliminate your problem and the complaints about
Yeah.
these drones, these
True.
drones, these drones.
True.
You know,
Very, very
they've
true.
always said that they've been gathering data, so they know the number of DJI drones that they claim that they can have X that they have, or they know of how many flights of drones or whatever. They're,
Yeah.
they're collecting data. They said collecting
Now
data.
that information is going to servers here in the
So now they're
United States.
using no. So now they're using the information that they've collected to create what they call it, a nuisance complaint.
I thought it was just plain called eight balling them.
You know what I'm saying to you? So now consumer drones are a nuisance
Yeah.
because they're always here and they're always there and they're always here and they're always there. And when the data collected says the majority of them are DJI drones, and then the rest of them are Autel drones.
Yep.
Because none of the other Chinese made drones until the licensing deals started happening were capable. I've been telling you this for over a year now. I don't want to go down this way, but I was just wanted to tell you that because it just everything always leads back to that. You know what I mean? Anybody you talk to, they tell you, "Oh, I don't really think they care about the drones flying around." Yeah, sure they do.
Right. Yes.
Because if
Yes.
they,
Yes.
because if they didn't, they wouldn't say about them being security threats.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And what's a better way to get rid of something than to make the public think it's a nuisance to them themselves, to the public?
Well, technically, you would be if you're flying over here and flying over there and flying where you're not supposed to be. Like you see this, we talked about it every year. Every Super Bowl, they catch somebody. No,
And they expand the perimeter wider and wider. This year was 30 miles, bro. It used to be a little 5 mile around the stadium. It's going from 5 miles to 30 miles, bro. And they still, and like you said, every year. So
every
so so what do you expect? What do you
get
expect?
get rid of what he's flying, and we won't have nobody else flying at the Super Bowl except for the ones that we got
Yep.
on
And
this
that's exactly how it's going down too. Unfortunately, that's exactly how it's going down.
because you're not going to pay $8 grand to fly in the park.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that shit. I pay 8 grand. I better be getting paid to make some of that 8 grand back. That's what that's about. And at this common rate and time, ready to rebuild my tank. Okay.
All right,
Good luck on the rebuild.
well, good luck. You know
Yes,
what,
yes. Art Ron's going to build a new Berg with '04.
Lawrence?
Ron needs
You
to
know what I
fly
wanted
from
to tell you?
outside. What happened?
You know what I wanted to tell you?
What's that?
You know why everybody was talking about the Mini 5 Pro and the Osmo 360 and
What?
the Nano and all of those launches and everything that come out like back to back to back to back to back.
What? What's that?
Well, DJI seen to slip a drone in between there, another drone that nobody was talking about,
Yep.
which is the Mavic 3 T Advance.
Yes.
This thermal advance. Now, don't get yourself in all in an uproar about this drone. Um, it's not much different than the other one at all, except when it gets down to a few things when it comes to the camera, because this is for the guys who are users who are looking for enhanced thermal imagery. So what I mean by that is that this new one of the new features that this thing has from what I was reading here lines on it,
Yeah.
that it has what is it, a 41.2 degree diagonal field of view
Right.
and a 60 millimeter equivalent focal length. Whereas that the same resolution from the previous one with which is the Mavic 3T,
Mm-hmm.
the same resolution of 640 by 512.
Okay.
Now the difference is that the Mavic 3 thermal use a 61 degree diagonal field of view with a 40 millimeter um, equivalent focal length. That's the difference in the the imaging and where you understand.
Yes.
So that was the difference. That's
Okay.
where the difference comes in.
And
But
then
there's an update all around for all the equipment for
right.
the aircraft, the remotes, both.
The pilot app.
Yeah, and the the pilot app, the pilot app and the assistant too.
Okay.
So there's also So I said, so, and I don't know why, but there's also an update for the
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, Dre says the H30T is the one that has the increased resolution. Okay.
yeah
Okay. I was
yeah
one. I was wondering if that. I didn't know it was the H30T. I was thinking something else.
no, because it's all the same. Like I said, it's all the same on the
Okay.
you see it.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
on the it's all the same except for that aspect of the focal length and the your what do you call it?
The pixel
No,
resolution. Resolution.
the resolution is the
Yeah.
same.
Oh.
The
Oh. It is this.
resolution is the same.
Okay.
It's the field of view and
Oh,
the
field
focal
of
length.
view.
Right. So it's closer. You get more of a room with it. You understand?
All right. All right. You get a better view up close.
Right.
Sort of like
Right.
flying zoomed in.
Kind of
Not
sort of.
direct. No. No. I'm being stupid with that, but I know what you're talking about. I I wouldn't dare do it. I tried it one time. It scared the hell out of me,
No, you wouldn't do it.
dude. Flying with the zoomed in.
Uh huh.
I did it playing around, and things came up so fast. I was like, no, I don't like this.
Well, you know what you have to do with it. You have to set the bird where you know that there's nothing in that space. It's like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you know
That
where
that.
and know where the bird is and zoom in on the subject that you want to zoom in on and then move.
Mm, nah. I leave that stuff for you. You cinematic guys.
I would just like to know if the like with that rotation, if you could zoom so that way you, as you backing up, you could
Do
do
it.
like
You'd say
a dolly zoom.
a dolly zoom,
If
and
it looked like
twist.
a kaleidoscope,
Yeah, a dolly zoom and a twist.
look, was that what it looked like? A kaleidoscope or something?
Yes, yes.
Wow, they even caught the building collapsing on the camera.
Oh, really? They're showing that now on the
On the
news.
news?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because apparently there's cameras on buildings somewhere.
Oh, all over the city, especially in New
Somebody
York.
caught
Yeah.
it.
The guys that don't know we're talking about today, a gas main exploded in a residential building, a 15-story residential building, and a chunk of the building got blown out. So
This
now they're
it's a
actually
funny
showing the
story.
footage. I'll probably get a chance to check. I just got my computer fixed. I don't have my TV tuner plugged in yet, or else I can pull it up.
Okay.
Hold on. Ronnie says he made an attempt at the dolly zoom in his last video at the
Okay.
very end. Okay.
Well,
It
you know
was.
what, Lawrence?
Do you have the Mini 5, Ronnie? Because we were saying I saw a clip of an M30T taking off.
Okay.
All
Well, you
right.
know what, Lawrence? We're at a point right
And
now
it
in
is sponsor time.
I know it is, and we also have
Our
guests
guest.
coming in a few minutes when we come back from the sponsor. So let's go to the sponsor, and we'll be right back. Jonah Dare, if you're a Part 107 pilot and you're looking to scale your operations, then check it out. It may be for you. If you're looking for a place where you can book all your appointments, meet new clients, tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot, well, check it out. There's a link in the description. Jonah Dare, it's for you. It's a place where you can make your own website, show off all your work, and get new clients. Check it out. There's a link in the description. Jonah Dare, it's for you. And we're back. You know, there's a lot of things happening out there, Lawrence, with DJI. And we got one of the guests of the channel that we've had on here like 100 million times. He's like, well, we all know him, we all love him, and he is one of the co-founders of the Michigan Coalition of Drone Operators, Mr. Ryan Latourette, and he will be coming in to speak to us just in a second.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
sir.
can.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm fine. How are
Life is
you?
good. Life is good.
You
All
know,
right.
there's a lot of things happening out there. So I see you're in front of
Indeed.
the building over there.
You know, I thought, hey, today I'm going to come on site. So
And
I am sitting out in front of, or this is the backside of the Michigan State Capitol building.
I was
Okay.
Um,
wondering.
if I were to pan this way and down, you probably can see the visitors entrance over there.
Okay.
Okay, okay. The great
And
backdrop. The great backdrop.
a lot of fun to be out here tonight. And it's just nice and beautiful. We're expecting a beautiful sunset, so I figured, man, I better be out here to get ready to fly.
All
Nice,
right. All right.
nice.
Well, do you see there's a lot of stuff happening, man? DJI
Yeah.
just, wow, I feel bad for them, but I guess what happened, you know, mm,
Well,
you
yeah.
know,
I mean, let's start with what has transpired here just recently, right? And I think
mm.
I would start with the court case.
Well, yeah, well,
So
they just lost the biggest court case they had.
it was a very big court case, and it basically was trying to say, look,
Mhm,
don't place us on the FCC list. Do not disqualify us.
mhm,
Um, there's reasons that the Department of Defense is putting out there, and they're wrong, and we need to correct those.
Right.
Um, Interestingly enough, the judge was like, "Yep, DJI, you're correct. That all the reasonings that you're giving are completely valid. The DoD is throwing up information that's inaccurate. I'm not buying it." And so it was like win, 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 win. And they get down to the end, and basically the judge says, "Well, your drones could be dual use, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's
Right.
civilian and there's military applications for them.
Mhm.
Well, by God, everything is dual use,
Well,
right?
you
I can
see,
use a screwdriver to help myself out,
Right.
right? Or I could use it to kill somebody. That's dual
Yeah.
use.
well, you
Right.
know
And
what, Ryan, and I said this to Lawrence a long time ago. I said where they're gonna get DJI and how they're gonna go after DJIs, and I told us to Lawrence is with the purpose built drone. That's where
mhm.
they're going to go after DJI. And I said the DJI needed to make some of these drones purpose built, so that way it would steer them away from the
Yeah, but
consumer.
there's your challenge, right? It doesn't matter what purpose.
Mhm.
A hammer is a hammer is a hammer, right? You can
Right,
use it to kill somebody. You can use it to build somebody a house. Um,
understandable. But when you classify it as one thing,
I really don't think it mattered either way, because
no, I
what you're
really,
doing is you're saying to the government,
mm,
"Hey, look, I have no intention to use this thing in another fashion. I don't plan to sell this in another fashion." And the
Right.
government here, the Department of Defense, is saying it doesn't matter. It
mm.
can be used that way. So it's always going to be dual use.
Right, I got you.
And they were
True.
making that argument, and the judge even was leaning, right? Is like, it's a weak argument, but I
Mm,
have to defer to the government on this. Um, and that there was another point in the case as well, that it was again, they had been awarded a technology award, which the judge, sided with the Department of Defense. That technology award could be construed that, yeah, you have some ties to the Chinese government, even though he had previously said everything looks good on your other paperwork, that you don't have ties. But I still have to defer to the Department of Defense. Um, and it was really just an aggravating court case, which the deck was stacked against DJI from the start.
yeah, I understand that, I'm wondering if it's not just same of the some of the same old games that's being played today right now on the current situation.
Yeah,
It's
well,
it's
and that's the
crazy
thing. If we
because
look at this across other sectors, right?
Mhm.
NVIDIA is a great example.
Right.
The administration, actually the government as a whole, came out and said, "Look, there are chips that NVIDIA produces that can be used militarily. We
Hmm.
cannot, because of national security offense,
Excuse me.
uh, allow those chips to be sold to China." And that held true right up until the administration, I think it was last week or the week before, said, "Look, we're okay with it because we've cut a deal where NVIDIA is going to give us 15% of the sales of those chips that go
So it's
overseas.
okay.
So it's okay as long as we're getting cash out of the deal."
Right.
I got
Basically. Okay. That
I
makes
hear
a lot
you.
of sense.
You know, DJI apparently is supposedly say that they're not giving up on their fight. That they remain,
Well, let's talk about that, right? So, yes, they put out a press release that says we're going to explore our options. Well, the options are very limited at this point. Yes,
Mhm.
they
Right.
could appeal. The challenge in terms of doing that, right? What's the next court going to say? The likelihood is that they're done at the court level. Now, they could try it just to, drag this out a bit. I don't know that that helps them. They'll certainly consider it. There's costs involved in doing that. Um, the other piece is, just like Nvidia, right? Hey, we'll give you a cut of the sales. That's a possibility. Um, what we're seeing with DJI too is that they're willing to work with shell companies to have the drone built in Malaysia or Thailand,
Right. Right.
rebadged and sold in the U.S.
And
That's
Right.
Zoo
a
Robotics.
possibility as well.
And Zoo
Well,
Robotics has been
well,
real quiet.
well. See, at the point, but I get what you're saying, but not the not at the at like say the Mavic 4 Pro. We're not going to see that. You're going to see mini drones and stuff like that.
I,
And you saw
I
the
wouldn't
Air
say that, right?
series.
I think
Well,
that's
not
what you're
yet.
seeing so far because those are
Right.
the easy ones to do.
Right. I think you will see
I,
more of those.
I think it would not surprise me that that travels into the enterprise brands. I really would not be surprised at all.
Mhm. That's it. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I mean, but how much further do they expand these these bills and stuff that they've proposed? Because there's so many other bills out there that that they just kept hammering and throwing. It was like they had several firing squads coming at DJI. It was like there was the NDAA, and then there was the what was it, the Commerce was coming at them.
Commerce
And,
and yep.
Hmm.
everybody was
Yeah.
coming at them at one time about the same one thing and trying to figure out how we can get rid of them.
You
And
know, and
and
what's
they
interesting to me is
and
let's take the commerce, right?
mhm,
So the commerce, we had to do an NPRM. They,
mhm,
asked for all this response. They got the response, and then we heard the announcement from the administration. Expect to hear about a huge, decision in the Commerce Department
mhm,
discovery on drones by the end of the month. End of the month was yesterday. You
mhm.
heard
Yeah.
boo.
Well, I think that they found a way to do it you know, without doing it the right way. Nothing. What
Potentially,
about the audits? What about the audit that was supposed to be done? I mean,
Yeah, that went out the window real quick and
well,
quietly.
the audit was out the window the moment it passed, right? Because it passed without having any legislative funding behind it. So it was saying, "Oh, this needs to be done, or you go on the list." But we aren't going to mandate who does it. We aren't
hmm
going to put any budget money towards it.
right.
So you're on your own. Well,
Yeah,
nobody's going to take that offer up.
that's
Well,
true.
that was the problem. And see, so there was no audit to be done. We knew I thought that way from day one. I said, okay, so if we do business as usual, no one will do anything, and they'll just disappear.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, business as
Yeah.
usual.
Right
Yeah. The less we
That
now,
have to do, the better.
that's
that
crazy.
at the same token, again, that just means that they get thrown on the FCC covered list.
hmm
So the FCC covered list is saying, hey, we won't grant you a
Anymore.
signal anymore. But all your
Right.
existing drones, oh, yeah, they still have signal.
Right.
I think that's the
Well,
whole irony of this thing, where everybody who's been offering up these bills has been saying these are a
mhm,
national security risk. DJI's a CCP company. We need to get them out of our environment entirely because this could be an attack on us. Oh,
mhm.
but existing drones that they've offered that we're shouting about. Oh, you can fly those forever.
Well, I think that they found a way to make that not possible too.
Yeah.
Because now if you need to have anything repaired, they've tried to find a way to make that hard for you to do. You know,
Um, Hard for you to do. I don't know. Drones are not all that complex to compare to repair. I think the challenge is parts, but what we're seeing is that the parts supply isn't drying up. Right? You
Mhm.
can still get parts. It's just that hey, you're not going to ship your drone back to DJI. You're probably going to have to ship it to a repair guy in the States or you're
someplace
going to do
else.
that repair yourself.
Right. And hope you get it right.
Yeah. And then the other is, I think a lot of people are concerned that,
Mhm.
well, I've got DJI Care. That's why I bought DJI Care. If I, damage my drone, I just ship it in, I get a brand new one.
Mhm.
I'm not really sold. The DJI Care is really an expensive insurance. It doesn't cover the things that other haul insurance covers.
You see
Um,
what Draymond put in the chat? Just look at the wording in the Part 108 excluding Chinese-made drones.
Mhm.
yeah, Part 108's a different beast.
Oh yeah.
We
That's something
we
else altogether.
I hope we get
But
into a little bit of that too.
that's something else
Yeah.
altogether. I mean, I'm looking at the fact that how now they talking about now they're still considered as a Chinese military company, huh?
Yeah, and it's mind-boggling. Yeah, they make the tie that it's a military company because
Mhm.
all companies within China have to have, some tie to the government. Well, that would be like saying any company that pays taxes to the U.S. government is a U.S. government company. Well,
True.
Well,
no, they're a private enterprise, but they pay taxes to
I
the
kind
country that they're
I kind of
residing in.
I kind of get where the government is going with that because um you know in all truth and rights to that honesty, then if you look at it with the other thing that we all talk about is that is DJI being subsidized, you know, is DJI being subsidized by the Chinese government, and the way the United States wants to make it is as if they're not being just subsidized by the Chinese government, they're a subsidiary. So with that being said, then that means that our vegetables and stuff like that come from American military companies because
All right.
we
Yeah.
we we our government subsidizes farmers for corn and ethanol and stuff
Right.
like that. So our American military companies provide us with vegetables and stuff like that, right? Don't they?
Yep.
Another. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, but who's
that's
going to question them about it?
but I mean that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Hmm.
My only problem is they've been working so hard. At one time and point, I used to think DJI would be back, but not anymore.
I
I was
just never.
thinking maybe after this term or something like that, but no, they're gone. They're gone. Enjoy what you have. Use what you have carefully, and don't panic about it. You'll find the next hobby when you can't fly no more.
You think that's what it is?
I am not that panicked.
Neither am I.
Neither, nor am I. If I
Yeah.
have to buy, if I have to buy a Skydio to keep
Nope.
working,
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Listen, hold it. Let me finish. If I have to
Listen,
buy a Skydio to keep working, that'll be the one that I show in a job, but I'll be flying DJI. You know how you show up with the Phantom, but you pull out a Mavic style?
well, no. What I'm looking at is that I'm waiting to see some of these licensing deals that come out and see where they go with those. If it trickles down to the enterprise deals, the enterprise versions of these drones.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's what you're going to see. We've already seen the Mavic, be the Anzu, right? What Specta is taking up is it the
But
mini
see,
line or
the
the
only
airline?
the only problem I
Uh,
had with the Anzu robotics was that they sold it like it was being made in America.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but look at all the other companies that are doing that, right? Exo Drones is probably a great example of that. Exo has said, "Oh yeah, we are." we're building them right here in the U.S. No, you're not. You're
Yeah,
importing them.
yeah, I remember.
Well, I don't mean
American,
it
they
that
even said
extreme, but I'm talking
American
about the
made.
price tag.
Yeah.
The price tag on it. And that's because of the licensing deal.
You have a valid point there.
You know,
There's that
nobody
picture's
thinks
changing
about
in the background as the show goes on. You know that, Ryan?
Oh, yeah, but okay.
The
So it's good.
contrast of the building is like really popping right there, right now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah. You could get screenshots out of this stuff. Yeah.
It is a beautiful building. I will tell you that.
it.
Okay, now
But do you
where
really?
do we go from here, man?
Uh,
Honestly, we know our hands are tied. We know Skydio's coming out with 2 drones that are supposed to accommodate DJI pilots. Where do we go from here?
I would sooner fly a Holy Stone than I would buy a Skydio. That's how scary it is. No, I Skydio is a one-trick pony. They always have been. Their
Yeah.
stability is terrible.
Oh,
I'd never fly another.
it's because it's
because
purpose
they're
built.
made out of styrofoam.
No, it's purpose built. It's only got one plan in mind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you use the thermal on it, the thermal's good.
No, there's
I
no
still
dual
don't
use.
know about range. They claim they've increased their range on them, so I don't know. Maybe they're taking off the training wheels and going to try and go for the 5 kilometer range, the 10 kilometer range that they claim their drones could do already, which couldn't. I'm just saying. Maybe
Well,
their stuff can do that now.
as far as DJI being subsidized by the Chinese government, that was the one that always.
Well, the
I mean,
claim is
I mean,
subsidy, right? And
yeah.
they don't get into the specifics other than to say, well, it may not be direct money. It could be such that they are. Uh, China has been accused of manipulating their currency,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you're
Yeah.
manipulating currency, then you're subsidizing every manufacturer in the country.
Yeah. True.
You could say the same thing about the United States,
I was
right? The
going. I'm glad
manipulation
you
of
said
currency.
that because I was fighting to keep that in. I'm like, don't we do the same thing?
Every country does, right?
Yeah, yeah. You would think.
Well, that's what I was just talking about by you buying your vegetables from your American military companies.
Mhm.
Right, right.
Yeah, the U.S. government even pays farmers not to plant a crop, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
I've
say,
heard
hey,
of that.
we
Is
don't
how
need that
crazy
much
is that?
corn. We need you to just not plant anything for the next few years.
How crazy is that, though? They've already got our farmers buying the seeds that don't come back the next year. There's no such thing as a perennial seed anymore, unless it's a
Right.
flower or a plant. As far as food, corn
Mhm.
stalks used to come back every year. Now you have to buy seeds and replant and do all of this stuff. It's crazy, but
It's
other
called
countries
GMO.
are doing it. We're doing it. It's the norm now to
Yep.
shit on everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's really sad, bro. You know,
Mm-mm-mm.
and for you recreational pilots and DJI,
Mm-hmm.
stop being little ninnies and keep flying and just make sure you follow Lance instructions and your joints are registered, and when someone comes up to you, you don't act like a jerk and he'll leave you alone. You know.
Don't
Yep.
run off either.
Yeah, yeah. Don't go look and then run. You know. I mean, have fun with your drones. Fly. Military horde maple syrup. Oh no. Oh,
That's like,
Canada's military horde maple syrup. Wow.
yeah, Mars, that's like if you remember the time we got stopped in Long Island City, the cop told me to stay in the car. I was like,
Yeah,
why? I was like, why? He goes, I don't want you to run off. I was like, dude, you watch too much TV, man. I
yeah,
don't want to leave my car here.
yeah, right. He told Herman that I didn't want you to run off. So it was like, run where? My car is here. I'm not going to leave it. it. That's how people think these days.
Like, are you crazy?
But Ryan, what are you hearing in the drone community as far as other companies? We did we mentioned a company here in the United States. Do you believe that they're actually going to give these companies money or subsidize FPV companies? There was written somewhere, we read that there's supposed to be a budget within the government to help FPV companies create stuff here in the States, software, merchandise, like hardware,
I like how you
props,
put
things.
that, Lawrence.
Huh?
I like how you put that.
What?
Somewhere I read.
Well, nowadays you don't know if it's true or not. They say
Mhm.
it's true one day. For perfect example, coffee's bad for you. 5 years later, coffee's good for you. 3 years later, coffee's bad for you. You get what I'm saying,
No,
right?
you're
Right?
right. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes you wonder, man. Are we the ones stuck in the matrix going through the bull?
I would say in terms of American companies that are standing up new drones,
Yeah,
yes, there are subsidies going through. I think the biggest ones are we're talking about government contracts where you
right.
have unproven technology that's getting contracts with the Department of Defense to create drones for their use.
Hmm.
And you know yeah, okay, you're going to use those drones and abuse them, and I think we saw that with the Department of Secretary of the Department of Defense, right? He came out and said, "Look, we are going to treat drones as expendable. They're just
Right.
Yeah.
they're just a
Yes.
bullet anymore. So we aren't going to rely upon, hey, this has got to meet all these different qualifications in order to be able to be used. No, we're going to play around with them. We're going to break them. We want them to get in the air and use them. And if they get lost, oh well, we lost a bullet, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Because
So
they did mention that.
Yeah. So a
yeah,
really quick, unrelated question. Someone wants to know what time is sunset there.
7:21. So we
Okay.
are now officially in golden hour by 6 minutes.
Okay. And the building's changing colors, turning yellow.
A little more yellow, a little more white popping at the top.
Yeah. 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 It's starting to blow out almost.
All right.
Well.
It'll
You
pass in
you
a
picked a
second,
great
though.
spot. You picked a great natural spot to be on the live stream, man.
I figured this would be a fun one for today. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in front of the Capitol doing a live stream talking about the government.
And I'll share with you the history, right? So if you look at this Capitol, and if
Okay.
you're from the state of Texas, you're probably going, "Hey, wait a minute, that looks a lot like what I see in Austin." It sure does because the same architect designed both buildings.
That's interesting.
Did
I
they?
see. That is interesting.
Hmm.
Now, huh,
What I
what?
did, um,
Go ahead, Herman.
I wanted to ask Ryan also.
See if I can give you
Um,
a better view here.
2 minutes till sponsor.
really, do
Yes,
I have
sir.
to? What I wanted to ask about was this one thing here, and the fact that the rules of Part 107 could lock out DJI pilots. Now, I know what the rules say, and I mean, I just wanted to know. I wanted you to share it with them.
Elaborate on it.
Yeah,
Well,
elaborate on it a little bit because when I first heard this, I was like, "Oh, there we go." And there's other things in it too that would make them exclude them as well. But go ahead.
You're saying part 108, not
Yeah,
107,
I'm
right?
sorry. Yeah, part 108.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah, part
One,
108.
take note, right? That
Mm-hmm.
when we're talking about part 108, every drone that you currently own is disqualified from part 108 and will be.
Mm-hmm.
So I I would put aside any notion that, hey, when the online of sight comes into play, I'm going to be able to get that with my current drones. That's not going to happen.
True.
Um, so yes, in that sense, DJI is going to be excluded
Mm-hmm.
in terms of your current drones. Now, the other piece with 108 is it's saying, well, the current rule, the way it's written, is to say
Mm-hmm.
no Chinese drones. So
Right.
anything that's manufactured overseas
Mm-hmm.
in China, right, is not going to be allowed to get the certification in order to get the Part 108 to be able to fly beyond line of sight. Um,
Now, what I wanted to ask you about that was, what about all of the waivers that were already granted to those drones for beyond visual line of sight operations?
done. Yeah, that's the other piece is that all the waivers are supposed to be canceled, and this is similar to what we saw with night flying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had
Yeah.
night waivers to fly at night, and then they came
Mm-hmm.
through and they said, "Look, we're going to allow." And Part 107, we're changing the regulations, so we're
So you can
canceling
fly
all the
at night.
waivers.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
here's something that I don't think a lot of people knew, right? Is that some of those waivers, right, were tied to multi-waiver drones. So night flight by drone light companies,
Mm-hmm.
right? That was all under waivers. Well, when they canceled those waivers, then what do?
Hmm.
Right? Because that was tied to your waiver for multi. So, okay,
Yeah.
now we're going to cancel the waiver for multi. So it was a domino chain, and
I
that was
never realized
problematic.
that. I never thought about it like that. With the guys that do the drone light shows at night. But
Yep.
flying at
Sa-
night, they just made it that much easier for them to set
Same
up
thing.
anywhere.
Same thing with remote ID. Right? When they came through with remote ID, okay, if you're a drone light show company, you're going to fly 1,000 drones. Okay, I've got to have remote ID installed on all my 1,000 drones. Why would I not have it just one? Because they're all bundled together. And the
Right.
FAA had to go, yeah, that makes sense. We're going to have to figure something out for that. They weren't thinking about it.
Yeah, no one's thought about that.
But you can't say that they did not think that people would be flying 1,000 drones at once when our military is working on swarm technology. Just
Well,
saying, but not
Yeah.
just our military, but not out just our military, but there are drone companies like Brink that do swarm technology, and it's a renowned, known American-made company,
yeah, but
American-born
once again,
company.
you're talking about for military applications.
Yeah. Thus the difference. Just so once again, you don't hear what that key word, recreationalist, recreational. Unfortunately, that's where they're going, and they also want to go strictly autonomous. All of these drones that are going to be in the air will be able to communicate with each other. Flytrex is already doing it. They're
Well,
using two drones
a
in their
lot of
network, two different
companies.
drones, and flying in their UTM.
Well, we talked about that with Skydio, and
Hmm.
that is the the future of the drone industry is autonomous. It's all going to. I mean, look at Zipline. I mean, they make the delivery and it comes right back. It just can't. You just got to catch it.
But here's the concern, right? And this is where I think they've missed the mark. And I'm hopeful that people are considering this when they're writing their comments about Part 108. Is that yeah, it's great and fine and dandy that you have beyond line of sight for delivery drones. That makes sense, right? Walmart trying to have a half-mile perimeter around their store, the person's going to drive to the store. That doesn't make sense. Or you're
Yeah,
going to deliver medicine over a 10-mile area. That makes sense. But
right.
are you going to have a fully autonomous drone do your real estate listing, your MLS listing?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Your fully autonomous drone, are you going to do a search and rescue or chasing a person out into a cornfield when they ran from the police?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. You're going
Right.
to have somebody at the
You
sticks
need a
to
hands-on
identify
pilot. You're
things.
right.
Not unless there's they have something set up where drones are dispatched from area to area. That's the
Um,
only way.
I would say yes and no, right? Because those are still going to go on a certain route to get to something. But we're talking about, hey, somebody's trying to dodge police. They are constantly on the move. Um, we see this with helicopters chasing runaway suspects in cars, right?
Yep. Yep.
They're hitting the freeway. Oh no, they're turned off. They're on the exit. They're into some side road. Uh,
Mhm.
Imagine a drone trying to keep up with somebody, but it's autonomous, and I'm chasing. The moment it loses sight, it's done. That's at the end of the chase. Whereas, hey, if somebody's on the sticks, I'm going to start looking around. I've got some ability to kind of see the area and then chase that different direction.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
kind of
And
think
and
that
they
technology may be getting better. I just don't. I think that the issue that I may have with something like that, and I get where you're going with it, but the issue I think that I have with something like that is the fact that you're now being more you're adding more and more and more surveillance, more and more surveillance, because for something like that to work, for something like what we're talking,
something's gonna
you would
monitor it.
have to have dispatch areas.
Yeah.
And we've already done stories on like drone in the box that can be left in areas when not no one's no one has to go near it. Why?
Right.
Because it's a built unit around the drone in the box that supplies it with internet, supplies it with a steady camera feed that it can see it, see the box at all times, watch the launch take off, and it keeps it powered because it has a solar panels on this thing. So it's constantly running. Nobody has to go there unless they see that there's a problem with it.
Well,
True.
see that there's a problem with it, or what happens in a natural disaster, right? A flood,
Hmm.
a tornado. That box is out of commission. You still
Oh yeah.
True.
got stuff that
That's
you've got to
true.
do in that area. So are you going to just kind of haul in another box and plop it in? Well,
Right.
that's going to take time and money versus, hey, I can have somebody drive out there and, you know,
Well,
4x4 and boom, put it up in the air.
You're right.
you talking about after it's been destroyed?
Right. Yeah. A tornado, a hurricane, whatever, flooding. Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Then you'll need the guy to put it up and go take a look at it. But there goes your box. So head over there.
Right.
It's flown away.
Float
Yeah.
away.
There's your box, right?
I still think one of my biggest concerns with Part 108, right, is that it is giving priority to these drones that have no visibility to other things. So you are saying to the helicopter that doesn't have ADS-B, they have
Hmm.
to steer away, see and avoid a drone that is a Part 108 drone.
Right.
Um, or you are flying a search and rescue mission, trying to find a kid in
And
the
a delivery
woods.
drone comes through.
Exactly.
But
You're
I
trying
never
to,
thought about that.
dodge their path.
I
Well,
never thought about that because
that Part 108 drone could be as big as that helicopter.
Yeah,
true,
absolutely. Yeah.
true. This is
And
true. And
flying low, right?
my thing is, they plan on creating these UTM highways, these unmanned traffic management systems,
Don't
and
you
they
believe it?
haven't decided. The FAA still hasn't decided if they're going to allow other drones outside of delivery to enter those UTMs? Will we? Right now, it looks like we have to heed way, like we're doing now with commercial aircraft or
Mhm.
search and rescue. It looks like it's going to go in that direction. To be honest, because it's a lot simpler. Look, you fly in this corridor, we're going to cut your freaking head off.
Well, I think you're always going to have to, as a Part 107 or hobbyist, until you're always going to have to give way to everybody else.
You know what would be so funny? All these people that said, "Oh, I don't need to be a 107." They said, "If you want to fly as a recreationalist and have us leave you alone, you need to be a Part 107."
Well, I don't think you would. I don't think you would need it as a recreationalist, but I just find that
Some of these guys out there
they're
need it.
making it very hard, very hard. They're making it very hard for them.
We
So,
passed our sponsor
oh, okay.
by about 8 minutes.
I can get it.
Get that in.
Okay, I'll be right back. Now look, if you have anything that you need protected, then check it out. Nanook, there's a link in the description. But for 10% off on all your Nanook purchases, use Phantom Flight 10. Check it out. There's a link in the description.
You know it's bad when in the chat they go, Did y'all do your sponsor?" I'm like, "Oh shit."
And that's a good one too. 10% off. You don't want to pass that up, right?
Listen, they make gun cases. You can get a case for your fishing pole, your pool stick. They made Herman one of the first custom Mavic 3 cases in the United States. They sent it to him. He was like, "Can you make one with this that holds this amount of batteries?" And they were like, "Okay." And got back, right, Herman? What was it, about a week and a half?
I called them to find out if they can do something.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy put me through to some guy who was the guy in charge of the designs.
Yeah,
And
the
I'm
one that
like,
actually makes the molds.
okay, no problem. So I started talking to him, and he goes, "Then what should I do?" And I told him, and
Yeah.
he sent it to me in the mail. I was like, wow.
Foam fit right inside the case and everything.
I was like, wow, okay, thank you. And then I got the case for the Mini 3 Pro. I was like, thank you. I was like, wow. And then they gave me that coupon code to share.
Yeah, yeah. So you can have custom stuff, gun cases, watch cases for your watches. You
Okay.
know, it's one guy's like, "I don't fly drones." I'm like, "Yeah, but you have guns, don't you?" He's like,
Gimbals,
"Yeah, the
cameras.
gimbals, cameras." And it's one thing, if it goes down in a plane, it's going to float.
Oh yeah. At least you can get your stuff back.
Right, right. Now,
What else
what
is
do you
there?
think about DJI's comment to all of this?
Oh, you mean this comment?
Yeah, yeah, posted. Yes, DJI makes it clear not walking away from the fight. DJI remains dedicated to advancing drone technology that benefits society, and we are evaluating avenues available to respond to this ruling. The company says.
So
So no matter what, you could take it down. No
so
matter what, DJI is saying we're staying committed to our purpose and cause. And
Well, yeah. I mean, you're a global company. You're going to be continuing to sell across the world. At some point, the American consumer is going to say, "Hey, all the better tech is being sold in Europe and Canada, et cetera.
Mhm.
Why aren't we doing that here?" And so, yeah, it makes sense for DJI to continue in the fight. Now, the fight may not be in the court, right? It may be some other way.
well,
Um,
if you
do you really
remember,
think that that's an idea that might happen?
but listen, if you remember, the leader of our country did say he wants our drone technology to be sold around the world, just as others were being sold around the world. So keep in mind, will be going in the right direction. Whether shit will be getting done is a different story. But people are trying to, we're at least have a direction where we didn't have one before.
Well, yes and no. So
You're right,
it's
Draymond.
one thing to say, "Hey, I want to be able to sell our drones, across the globe, and our drones are going to be the best in the world." Well, they're not there yet, and they've been about a decade behind. Maybe they're caught up to 5 to 8 years behind now.
Ooh,
It's going
Yeah.
to take research and development, and
True.
that's where you should be pouring the money. And instead, we have these companies, they're pouring the money into lobbyists to pass these laws.
hmm
Um,
Was
I-
yeah.
where's our American spirit, right? That says, hey, we're going to help you as a company out. We're going to
hmm
give
Mm-hmm.
you some funds to help you move into a market and really study up and create the
Right.
best equipment. And then we're going to push through. That's kind of always been the case. And we're skipping that in this particular industry.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. We've seen a lot of lobbying and nothing being done as far as everything has just been like some little thing here, there, and the other, and they're pushing a lot of these drones for government use that, like you said, are just not really capable. But
Yeah, I mean,
there's gonna be
when
a
I
lot
look
of
at it,
money
think about
going
the
into it.
things that you would love to see on a drone, right?
Mm-hmm. A
So
lot of
we
money, Trey.
all want better cameras, better
Yeah.
optics, better,
Mm-hmm.
bigger sensors.
Yes.
That stuff is not coming out of the United States. That's the
No,
problem, right?
None of it
Except for
is.
thermal, maybe.
mm,
Um,
That's true.
let's
With
talk
maybe.
about
companies
batteries,
like
right? We want to
Clear
be
and
able to
yeah.
fly longer. Well, who's producing the best batteries right now? It's not in the United States. We're trying to get that technology here. We're
True.
trying, but at what point do you say, "Hey, let's invest in our stuff, but let's keep using the best that's out there while we wait on our stuff to get up to speed"? That's just not taking place right now.
Well, kind of the best way to get your stuff up to speed is to kind of like work with other people
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
in,
Now,
in
Partnerships.
getting your stuff up to speed.
okay, now let's talk about what you just said. We had a company here recently in the United States that hired people to come from outside of the country that were kidnapped by ICE.
You're
Where are
going
we going
exactly
with
where I
this?
was headed, right?
Where are we going with this? Okay.
So
How,
Hyundai
how
comes
can we
in
get
and
help if they're sending them back on ICE, boats and planes and ships?
right.
Well, I mean, you know, s- some things have to be worked out. You know what I mean?
Jim's droning.
Uh,
Make drone bodies with solar material. Highly
with that
possible.
whole thing with Hyundai, or that's something totally different because
It is
that's easy to fix.
true.
That's easy
I
to fix.
I wouldn't say it's easy to fix
Yeah, it's
myself.
easy to fix. I'm gonna show you how it's easy to fix. They snatched up those people who came from Hyundai over here to help them out with the factory for Hyundai, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so you snatched them up. Okay, bring them back, or we stop all of it.
True.
You pull rank.
Well,
Yeah.
You pull rank.
Give us our people back, or we
You
still
pull
stop
rank.
any business
This will
deals.
stop. This expansion of business will stop until we pull rank. That's how you fix that.
yeah,
True.
but
And I'm
here's your
quite sure that
trouble,
was
right?
what was done.
What
So
happened?
so I think here's your trouble. If you're
Breach of
Hyundai and you say,
contract.
look, if you're Hyundai and you say, hey, look, we're going to stop all business with you because you've done this, right?
Hmm.
The United States is your largest customer. So
I didn't
that's
say
like
all. I said that
you're
expansion.
going to your largest customer and saying, look, you're fired. I'm not working with you anymore because you did something to me.
I
That
didn't
hurts
say.
your bottom line,
You
right?
see what Dre
I,
put?
I didn't say. I didn't say all business. I said the expansion that we were doing.
True, but you see what Dre put? At the current prices being set by U.S. manufacturers, the global market would not be interested in anything we have to sell.
That's another problem. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
At the price that we're hey Deneen, at the
Right.
price
That's another problem.
at the price we're selling it, this
Mhm.
if at the price we're selling this plastic bottle for, they're selling 10 of them for the same price. How do you
Right.
catch up to that?
You
Production.
can. That's what I was telling you before.
Production. Now
That's what I was telling you before.
they're making 10 of these bottles, okay, at half a penny. We're
Can't
making
do it.
one bottle at a quarter. We can't do it production wise because that quarter has to go towards paying someone $35 an hour to turn a freaking valve and make
Well,
sure a container's filled.
and beyond that, right? So the materials that you're using to create that container,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Are not
importing
here,
those, but you're
are not
getting
abundant
tariffs on it.
here.
So
Right,
you
right.
just created an even higher price because of tariffs.
So tell me, am I in the
So
matrix and they're
so
just pulling my freaking leg?
even if you made drones or any product here in America, it would
Mm-hmm.
never cut the price.
Nope. It will always be
Mhm.
outbid somewhere else.
Right.
Now, you could be consistent. Like if you remember back in the computer days,
Mhm.
compact computers always sold their computers for more than everyone else.
Yeah.
They were proprietary like DJI, and they no matter what computer prices were, they did not go down on prices. Eventually, they had to when 4 or 5 other computer companies came up. They had to, or they perished. Look what happened. They did eventually perish, but
No,
you get my point, though.
they went offline. They went
Yes,
online.
yeah, exactly. Because they couldn't compete with other companies
No, they
that were
went
making
online.
machines better than them at a cheaper price.
It's just like when you talk about licensing and stuff like that. That's
Yes.
what Hewlett Packard and all these other companies are doing. It's all licensing. It's just name. It's floating around the name.
Well, and we've seen that like with NAFTA, right? So NAFTA comes into place, and all the big three car companies said, "Hey, look, we don't need to create these cars in Michigan and
Mhm.
Kentucky and Tennessee. We're going to ship all that to Canada. We're going to ship all that to Mexico." Yeah, they're still the parent companies here in the United States. Yeah, they still do some development here in the United States, but you're exploiting that cheaper labor source at
Mhm.
one half of it, and then the other is you're getting raw materials closer to where you're putting together those vehicles. So it makes
Right.
sense, right?
Right.
The
To an
idea that,
extent,
hey, we're going to make everything in the United States and we're going to then ship it out. These multinational companies are going, well, wait a minute, it makes sense for
How?
me to build a car for the United States in the United States. But if I'm going to sell to China, maybe I need to have a facility in China where I can put together stuff. It's going to be far
Mm-hmm.
cheaper than me,
Yes.
buying
mhm,
these cargo ships to ship something
ship
over that
cars over
I
there. Yeah,
could produce
I
elsewhere.
agree. I agree.
yeah. You know what? That is true. But Volkswagen almost lost their shirt in Mexico.
Hmm.
The cars
True.
just wouldn't hold up, man. They were falling apart.
Different specs.
You know, I honestly, I would love for our country to be, and not top because they're greedy, but in the industry, the drone industry, back in the auto design and automaking industry, back in the steel industry. But we're too busy trying to pay the next guy to do it.
And that's
um,
true. If we look at the nation's largest exporter, do you know who that is?
Oh,
Boeing. Boeing.
really?
So if you're going to get an airplane, you want a Boeing. Well, that's made here in the United States. We could be that in the drone industry, right?
Right,
But when you
right.
look at Boeing, they're that way because they put their time into research and development. They well, they
True.
used to build quality, right? We've had some shovels lately. Um, but
I want to see you
that could
going with this
happen
one.
here in the United States. But you've got to put money into it. You got to put effort
Yes,
into it, and
yes.
that's not really taking place right now.
Yeah,
What
you're
did Rob say? He's in Australia. Good morning, Rob and Sue. Most
right.
Western
Well,
countries sent manufacturing off to China to have cheaper stuff. Agreed. Much harder rebooting manufacturing once you have it shipped offshore.
Well,
Genie out of the bottle to speak.
it's not so
Mhm.
much cheaper stuff. It was to have lower cost labor to
Yeah.
build the same stuff. The,
Right.
pro-
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
the
But
problem
the general
the,
concept.
the problem is that they realize that they shot themselves in the foot with it, and nobody wants to blame the actual problem. They want to decompartmentalize the problem
Hmm.
and complain about individualized pieces of the problem instead of complaining about the whole.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah.
always say that American salaries are the issue, and we'll try to blame the American salaries on the unions and anybody else that
Hmm.
thinks that people should be able to eat, as opposed to just make a decision over, can I eat today, drink water today, or pay for my medication.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we live in a country that thinks that way and operates that way, then we're always going to have this problem. See, nobody wants to blame the whole. They'll just decompartmentalize all of the problems that the whole has and complain about it individually. And the first thing that they attack is the American salary.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what drives up most of the cost on anything in America. Why? Because if we have to pay 15, 25, 3,000, $4,000 a month to live someplace, then shit, you got to be able to earn that kind of money.
It's true.
And I would say that the big concern that I see, and probably most people see, right, is that the idea that we're moving manufacturing back here
Mhm.
isn't to pay that skilled labor to create it. It's to have this in place for robotics, for AI,
Yep.
such that this becomes really cheap labor.
Mhm.
You're going to get things built and now sell this out and export it. But in doing so, you've got a populace that they're not employed. They're
True.
where's
True.
that money going to come from to put
You're
food on the
right,
table?
Ryan. You're 100% right, because 9 out of 10 of these companies that are in this movement are already transitioning to autonomous building. It's the only way to get enough production. But
Mhm.
you could have all the production in the world. If nobody wants to buy your shit, you got a lot of shit.
Yo, Lawrence, I work at the Javits Center, right?
Yeah.
Every year they have the medical show.
Right.
They have these people from the manufacturing industry of medicine come and
Right.
show off all of their ways of how medication is made. You know how many humans they need to make pills and put them in bottles?
None.
Right. The machine calibrates the mixture, it mixes it, it presses it, it puts it into the bottles, it seals it up. Everything is done all
Counts
done with
them
the machine.
accurately.
Yes, they just need somebody to sit there and, okay, it's working, and okay, let
That's
the
the piece. What
system
Someone to
happens
make
when it
sure the machine
breaks?
is working. To make sure the
Yeah.
machine
Yes.
is working. That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. We got 2 minutes to go, bro.
Oh, really?
Yes, fun.
Wow.
I'm sitting here watching the sunset on the building in the background. Now
I
it's
was gonna
come back
say,
into
get your
contrast.
screenshots in now. This is it's looking pretty nice.
This is what I'm saying. You definitely should get a screenshot of that, man. For real.
See, I
That
can
is a
lean
good
out of the way.
shot.
You can. There's your screenshot, right?
And I'm looking at it on YouTube, and it looks like a wallpaper. Except you need to have a bird fly by.
Here's the
Yeah,
bird.
that's a great shot, though. Great shot, though, man.
So you're gonna fly after this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get up the drone and get some shots.
Well, you
All
said it's in a few minutes now, right? It's a few minutes
Yeah,
from
we're
now.
just under 30 minutes away from sunset.
All right. Well,
right. Okay.
we have a minute left. Is there anything you want to tell people to keep people from being in a panic about DJI? Tell them the truth. They're gone. Fly what you freaking tell. What do you want to tell people?
To me, I would say continue to fly as is. Um, y- I don't worry. I would put it that way. Because what are you going to do? Sell your drone and go off to something else? No, you're not going to do that, right? When it happens, and we're going to navigate a new path forward. I would treat it that way.
Okay.
I would also, in terms of 108, right, start really finalizing those arguments. You've got until it's either the 4th or the 6th, I think it is, to get those comments into the NPR system
Yes.
on
Yes.
registry.
Yes.
What is it, regulations.gov.
I
Go
have a
out there,
link in the
get your
chat.
comments
I have a
in.
link in the chat, right? And a link of setup right now. I'm posting it in the chat.
Perfect. Yep. And for that, I would
You
say,
can leave a comment right there.
one, make a comment. Hey, why are we excluding one particular country's drones? That doesn't make sense, especially when they're the top technology right now. Another is, hey, why would I need to give way to something? They need to have a better system for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. This page is actually the link I put is for the Federal Register normalizing unmanned aircraft systems and beyond.
Thank you, there,
So,
Lawrence.
what happened?
Thank you. I just want to let everyone know that
Yes,
there's a link in the description
true.
below for Ryan, so you can get in touch with him. There's also the link for your funds for anybody who wants to contribute. Or what if you could tell them, Ryan, what the funds is about.
Yep. It's a legal defense fund. It helps us make sure that the local governments are following the rules and not forcing their issue with pilots. I can tell you, recently we've had a park go after several flyers, and we're lined up against them to make sure that they don't do that, and we'll be back in court if they continue. So those funds do help with that matter, and much appreciated. The little contributions, $1, $10, $5. Those are great. If you've got more and can afford it, we thank you. Right? It all comes together, and it's all for a good cause.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Lawrence,
And
anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
be safe, fly safer, try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today.
Okay. So, in other words, what you're saying, everyone, is that maybe, just maybe, the judge really did not kick DJI's ball over the fence and show him whose yard this is.
He might have said, "Look," and the ball disappeared.
Well, hopefully something else could happen, but it's not looking good. But with that, everyone, and we'll see you next time with those guys.
Guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Ryan, thank you again, man. We always appreciate you being on.
I appreciate you having me on, and we will talk again soon.
Yes, man. Yes, 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 yes.